Hi, this is Greg, and it's been a minute in the clouds with Greg, but it's also been a minute since I've done a video. So I'm going to do one little mini series back on ADHD again. This is called The Worst Things About ADHD Part 1, understanding the worst things about ADHD and their impact. So just revisiting this. It'll be a 3-part series. Just to recap on ADHD, it's a neurodevelopmental condition affecting millions of people around the world, and it can continue from childhood into adulthood, have a big impact on daily life. And one of the most important things to know about ADHD is the impairment it causes in the executive functioning, which makes it difficult to organize tasks, manage time, and effectively focus on specific goals. But before we begin, welcome to another Minute in the Clouds with Greg. If you enjoy these videos and articles, consider subscribing to the channel and newsletter. Leave a comment with any feedback on the content that you are enjoying the most. So diving into ADHD, it can affect relationships, work, and everyday life. And people with ADHD may have difficulty maintaining attention. I know I do. Remembering details, controlling impulse, and managing emotions. And these challenges can lead to misunderstandings and conflicts, and anxiety and depression. So greater understandings and support's needed. So yeah, with that, let's look at the some of the worst things. Constant distraction. ADHD is a condition making it hard to focus, as we all know. Distractions can be external or internal. In the digital age that we live in today, distractions are even more prevalent, and managing those distractions starts with being aware of them, and trying to use strategies like goal setting, which can be problematic as well. Breaking things down into smaller parts can be very helpful. Instead of cleaning the refrigerator, maybe you say, I'm going to clean the third shelf in the fridge. Cross that off your list and actually accomplish something. That will give you some mileage to perhaps get something else done. Maybe practicing mindfulness. I know that can help me sometimes, and minimizing interruptions can improve attention span, and conversely your overall productivity and well-being. It's far from a simple fix though, and if you figure it out, let me know how. Impulsivity and lack of self-control. For some people, the impulsivity and lack of self-control can be amongst the worst aspects of ADHD. Those traits can lead to negative consequences, maybe interrupting other people during a conversation, making impulsive purchases, engaging in risky activities, gambling, driving too fast, unprotected sex, things of that nature. And those behaviors might be related to the prefrontal cortex, which is a part of the brain that's responsible for impulse control and decision making. And people with ADHD can benefit from support strategies that can help manage impulsivity and lack of self-control, but it's not easy. Forgetfulness. Living with ADHD is very frustrating because of the forgetfulness. It can affect small things like turning the stove off, misplacing your keys, as well as daily tasks, and requires a lot of problem-solving skills and adaptability, oftentimes on the fly, as it were. Although the forgetfulness can be tiring, it can sometimes be made into kind of an exciting game, a series of puzzles to be solved. But it is important to acknowledge that it's a persistent struggle for many people with ADHD, and trying to seek out strategies to help with that. The forgetfulness, for me, is bloody awful. Prioritizing tasks is very difficult. The constant influx of ideas that you might have, and distractions, can make it hard to decide which task needs attention first, and that can lead to feelings of overwhelm, and the important tasks can get lost then. Not being able to prioritize affects productivity, and it certainly adds stress. People with ADHD, certainly myself, struggle with decision making and get stuck in an endless loop. And it's one of the worst things about ADHD, and that requires trying to develop strategies and coping mechanisms to navigate daily responsibilities more efficiently. I'm probably going to do some stuff on like coping skills and things like that, things that have helped. But it's, somebody shared with me recently, you can expect your system to fail. Your to-do list in of itself, being as it's called to do, is problematic. And if you kind of go into it expecting, look, this will only be something that's useful for 2 weeks, 2 months, or whatever, instead of it failing, it served its purpose, and then it's moving on to the next thing. Difficulty with attention and focus. Attention and focus difficulties can be frustrating, and it's very detrimental to productivity, and it can make a simple task very challenging. It is important to understand that difficulty with attention and focus, it's not a choice. It's not a lack of effort. It is a genuine neurological challenge. By recognizing the struggle and that it is neurological, and then trying to implement some strategies to perhaps minimize distractions, it can make things a bit easier. Difficulty in maintaining relationships. People with ADHD can have a tough time maintaining relationships. It might be due to the impulsiveness, maybe forgetting, or trouble focusing on certain things, forgetting important dates, times, anniversaries. Can lead to misunderstandings, neglect and resentment, and it's one of the worst things about ADHD because it can make you feel isolated and alone. It's important to understand that these struggles, and to try to develop some kind of coping mechanism. Again, I'll probably try and do something on that, so that people with ADHD can build healthy relationships. And please let me know in the comments what things have worked for you. Procrastination, that's my middle name. It's a common problem, and it can be especially tough because difficulty managing emotions, time, management skills, and estimating how long it'll take to do things can add to the procrastination. There are some strategies that are effective for some people, like trying to manage your emotions. If you're overwhelmed or stressed, take it some time to relax or clear your head before you start working on something. Breaking down the tasks into smaller chunks. We talked about that a lot. And learning how to estimate time more accurately. If you can do that, it'll help you avoid underestimating how long something will take, and then not get too overwhelmed. Organizing your thoughts is a very difficult aspect of ADHD, and it can be really frustrating and overwhelming, and cause a lot of anxiety. And it can also make it hard to focus and prioritize with communications. It's hard to overcome, but strategies like journaling, and of course breaking down the tasks into smaller steps, some visual cues, visual aids, color coding, things like that, are helpful for some people. Sleep disturbances are a problem. I struggle with my sleep a lot. Oftentimes trouble going to sleep, staying asleep, and that can make attention and mood worse. It's very important to try and get a good sleep hygiene system in place. Having a regular bedtime routine, a peaceful sleep environment can improve the quality of sleep. That might be doing relaxing activities before you go to bed, making sure you don't have a TV in the room, keeping the temperature in the room a little bit cooler, dark, maybe put some blackout blinds up, or some extra window treatments. What I do is I roll a pillowcase up and I put that over my eyes as like a blind, a mask, to keep the light out. Getting help from a professional specializing in ADHD sleep disorders, they can sometimes personalize some strategies that can help with those kind of things. And then, of course, there's time management challenges. It can be a real struggle with time management because of the distractibility and impulsiveness, problems estimating, how long things take, the prioritizing difficulties. It's one of the worst things, and leading to time management. It can lead to unrealistic expectations, getting sidetracked, overwhelmed, taking on too many commitments. It can make you late for appointments, missing dates, important dates. I've missed job interviews in the past and things like that, meeting with the bank manager. There are strategies that can help, but again, oftentimes they'll only work for so long. But if you know that going in, instead of something failing, it worked for this length of time. But I'm going to wrap it up today. I'm going to try and keep these a bit shorter. What am I thankful for today? I'm thankful for friends that truly enrich my life, and I don't know where I'd be without them. What are you grateful for today? Let me know in the comments, along with what content or topics you're enjoying the most. And as always, I'd say thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, and I will try and do another one tomorrow. And as always, take care of your mind. Love you. Bye.